Good morning, Facebook, or wherever you are in the world. It's Vanessa here, speaker, trainer, and head coach at Live, Love, Give. And today's message is coming to you from some valuable lessons that I learned a few years ago at a Tony Robbins event called Date with Destiny. And it was kind of so simple yet, profound, and it was so helpful to me in my relationships that I just had to share it with you guys today. It's something that, it's been something that I've been living by for a long time, and I wanted to share that with you, all of you amazing people out there, particularly because I've been speaking to so many of you in regards to your relationships and some challenges that you've been experiencing in those relationships. And ultimately, this is such a simple tool that can really be so effective in creating fulfillment for each person in your intimate relationship that I just had to share it. So and I'm coming to you guys a bit earlier today because I'm off on a bit of a day trip all day today, so I had to squeeze this in. But I just want to say a quick hey to Rian and Bradley and Mark and Fazia and Tatiana. Awesome to have you back. And Moises and Sabri. So awesome to have you guys join me live at this random time again. And yes, awesome. So okay, so what I wanted to bring to you, it's actually feeding off my Facebook Live that I did a couple of days ago, all talking into masculine and feminine energies. So if you haven't listened to that one, I invite you to go back and listen to that. Join me live now because I love it, and then and go back and listen to that to get a bit more of an in-depth look at what masculine, feminine energies are. But ultimately, just to do a quick recap, masculine and feminine energy is what makes us attracted to another person. So it doesn't matter if you're male or female, it's the masculine and feminine energies that are within all of us that make for that attraction. So even if it's, a heterosexual or a homosexual relationship, doesn't matter. It's one of you is more feminine in your energy and one of you is more masculine in your energy, and that's actually what creates the attraction. And so what I wanted to talk into, before I do, I'll just say, masculine energy, remember that's the train on the tracks, knows what it wants, goes after it, logical, rational, just train on the tracks, think of that. And then the feminine energy is more free flowing, spontaneous. It's kind of like more of a wild sort of storm. You don't know what you're going to get, and so that's just a tiny little recap, but definitely go check out that video. And ultimately what I wanted to share with you guys today is the three masculine rules and the three feminine rules. And where this came from, like I said, this came from a Tony Robbins seminar, which just kind of blew my mind completely. So, what we need to think about in relationship is if we know that there's attraction, so we're talking intimate relationship here. If we know there's an attraction, we know that one of you is more feminine, one of you is more masculine. And the thing is, to simplify it, we have different needs. So we have different needs in our relationships that we value most. So for the three masculine rules that I wanted to introduce you guys to, this is for the feminine partner in the relationship to follow these rules in order to create fulfillment for her partner, or his partner, whoever's holding that more feminine, free-flowing sort of energy. So what the three masculine rules are, number one, is to show him appreciation, or show that masculine partner appreciation. The worst thing you can do here is, try criticism. So masculine people who are, really masculine at their core, they're hypersensitive to criticism, and they really want that appreciation. So definitely if you're the feminine partner in the relationship, make sure that you're limiting the criticism, recognizing that how sensitive the masculine can be to criticism. Even as a feminine woman, and I know I've been there definitely, we don't even think that we're criticizing. Like, we're just saying what's up, and we have to get outside of ourselves and put ourselves in the shoes of our partner and recognize how sensitive they can be to our criticism, even if it's not our intention. And just be sensitive to that and show appreciation for the little things, for everything. It's really important there if you're wanting to create fulfillment for your partner. Secondly, the second masculine rule is to be open and playful. One of the worst things that we can do for our masculine partners is to close off and shut off from them. So to create fulfillment and make sure that you're meeting each other's needs, the second masculine rule is to stay open and bring your playfulness. That's part of what feminine energy is about. So make sure that you're bringing that. The third masculine rule is to give freedom and love. And one of the worst things that we can do in this regard is to, try and control our partner, try and control our masculine partner. Ultimately, they're seeking that freedom and that love. And so I invite you to think about this as well. And as I'm moving through these, I'm going really quick, but as I'm moving through these, I want you to get outside of your own perspective, and I want you to put yourself in your partner's shoes and recognize our differences, recognize that we're not the same. We have different needs. At our core, we've got so many similarities and we're all connected and all the oneness and the love and all of that beautiful stuff. But if we bring it down to intimate relationship, and we're living in this world of the ego, we're living in this world where we have got these separate identities and these different priorities and values. So the best thing that we can do if we want to keep that attraction alive, which is ultimately the foundation of the intimate relationship, I always say the only difference between a friendship and an intimate relationship is the intimacy, the attraction. So yeah, think about that. And that's the 3 masculine rules. So appreciate, stay open, be playful, give freedom, and give love. And I just want to, before I get to the feminine rules, I'll just check in because you guys know I love checking in with you. And okay, nice to have you to join me. I'm glad Tony Robbins helped you. Rian from South Africa, love it. Thank you, Sabri. And Robbie from Atlanta, Georgia, yay. And Natalie, thank you for joining me. And Manu, thank you as always. And Mohammed and Colin. And Colin, good morning. Oh, thank you so much from the UK. Same to you. That's beautiful. And Moises, I don't know that masculine energy could be sensitive to criticism. Oh yeah, I just want to stop on this point. And masculine energy is definitely sensitive to criticism, but that masculine energy, because it's sensitive to criticism, it can put the walls up to block that, to protect itself. But ultimately, to the core, it's very sensitive to criticism and ultimately wants that appreciation. So I hope that makes sense, Moises. And thank you for your comments. And Sunita, this is fantastic. Thank you for sharing. Oh, you're so beautiful, so beautiful. I appreciate you so much, Sunita. Thank you so much for those kind words. You guys light up my day so much. Thank you. And Belinda, awesome to have you as always. I get excited when you join me. And Chrissy, awesome. And Adrian, awesome. You caught me because I'm so early in Australia today. And yes, love it. And Jay, awesome. All right, guys. So that was the 3 masculine rules, and now I want to get into the 3 feminine rules. So these are the rules for the masculine partner in the relationship to follow to ensure that his feminine partner, her needs are being met and she's feeling totally fulfilled in that relationship. Because ultimately, guys, at the end of the day, nobody leaves a relationship where their needs are being met. So it is upon you, if you want to create something extraordinary and in your relationships, then ultimately you got to know that you're different, and that's the beauty of it. That's why you're together. If 2 of you are the same, there's one of you is not necessary. So we need to make sure that we're not criticizing or wanting to change each other to make them more like us. There's so much beauty in our differences, and ultimately that's what that intimate relationship is based on. So we need to get outside of our own perspectives, put ourselves in the other's shoes, recognize that we have different needs, different values, and different priorities, and start exceeding each other's needs if you want to create something extraordinary. All right. Feminine rules. So for the masculine partners out there, in order to really light up your feminine partner, the first feminine rule is to give her attention. She wants to feel seen. And this is I love when Tony Robbins talked into this. He when he was explaining it, he put AFT, like in capital letters, next to it, and we were all like, what's that? And it's all the effing time. So so what I want to drum down as I move through these feminine rules with you guys out there, masculinity can be like, you know, I've got the goal, it's like close it off, it's done, move on, it's done, been there, done that, go for it. So when that masculine trap can be, yeah, I showed her attention last week, what's the problem? Like, I did it was good, all right, moved on. So we really want to drum home to the masculine people out there at your core to make sure that as you're meeting these feminine rules, it's something that happens all the time. Like, it's all the time, all right? So attention each day, you know, give her attention, make her feel seen. That's the first feminine rule. And the second one is to give her reassurance, you know, make her feel safe, like she can trust you. And sometimes that is, you know, giving those little pieces of reassurance. And a tip for you masculine men out there is that if you don't give us the feminine information, like, we're always seeking little pieces of information subconsciously to make sure that we feel safe, to make sure that we can trust. And we don't, like I said, we don't necessarily do this consciously. So if you can know this about the feminine, then you're going to, you know, be leaps and bounds ahead of where you might have been in that relationship if you didn't have this information. And ultimately, you want to give her reassurance consistently, because when a feminine person doesn't have the little pieces of information, they'll find a way to figure that out. And often the feminine person can often see things worse than they are and fill in the gaps, because they're seeking to feel safe, to test whether they can trust. And so if you can fill in the gaps for your feminine partner, I'm telling you, it's going to be better for both of you. So definitely think about that. And lastly, the third feminine rule that for the masculine partners out there to follow is to give her or give that feminine partner real presence. You know, she wants to feel like you're there with her. You can see into her soul and feel what she's feeling. And I know that can be really deep, and it's a process, particularly as masculine energy is a little bit more detached from that depth of emotion that the feminine energy is really seeking and valuing. But she ultimately wants to feel like she's understood. And when you can give your feminine partner understanding, like a depth of, hey, I see you, I understand you, I feel you, like that real presence, like she'll never want to leave you, honestly. So, you know, these are really simple, but yet I believe really valuable and profound, and I've used them in my life so much, and definitely with so many clients who are battling and struggling in their relationships and feeling misunderstood, feeling unsafe, feeling like their partner doesn't even see them, appreciate them, they feel criticized, they feel controlled. This can all be resolved when we understand that we're different. It gives us some language to put behind what our needs are and how we're different to one another, and how we can meet each other's needs on a higher level and ultimately create that fulfillment that we're all seeking in our intimate partnerships. So guys, I hope that this message has been valuable. I want to just, again, as always, check in with you guys and see who's joined me, because I love it. Floyd, nice to have you, and Ali and Katie. Awesome to have you, and Brian, my friend, I love it. And Robbie, what if you are doing the best to apply these rules and your spouse is still unhappy? What do you do? Awesome question, Robbie. I absolutely love that. And what I would say to you, I'd want to ask you, how long have you been consistently meeting these rules with intention? And I'm talking serious intention, like daily intention. My suggestion to you would be, you have to go all out for a minimum of 3 months, consistent effort in meeting these rules on a daily basis before you can get to a point where you think, well, maybe this isn't going to work out. Because ultimately, and particularly if you're the masculine partner and you've got a feminine partner, you know, I'm a very feminine woman, so I'm going to speak as we, but, you know, we really want, because we need to feel like we can feel safe and we can trust you, you gotta keep it up. And if you haven't been meeting those needs, for a long period of time, why all of a sudden are we just going to trust in this change? And that's for both. It's for both masculine and feminine. If you've been breaking these rules for a prolonged time in your relationship, you got to be committed to the fact that it's going to take a long time potentially to break through. And if you're both committed and willing to take responsibility for where the relationship is at, and you're willing and committed to create something extraordinary, then you'll make it work. You can make this stuff work, but you've both got to be into it. You've both got to be committed, and you've both got to be recognizing that, it's a long-term game. You might not get the results that you're after straight away. And particularly if you're that masculine man and, you meet that need for attention or reassurance or presence today, and then maybe you don't get the reception that you were after and you stop, that just proves to your feminine woman that she can't trust you, because you're not stepping into your masculine strength and allowing her storm to wash over you, and still moving forward for the potential of the relationship, knowing what's best for the two of you, to create something extraordinary and break through, and not be so thrown off by her reception or lack of reception to your action. So just some little pointers there, and I really hope that has helped. Robbie, thank you so much for your comments there. And Angela, nice to have you. And Peter, and Mike, awesome. Natalie, grateful that you like this. And awesome, Sunita. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate so much when you guys share. I love to reach more and more people. Whoever I can reach, I love it. So thank you so much, guys, for sharing. And Floyd, thank you. Thanks for the compliment. And awesome, Mohammed. Guys, and Judy, nice to have you. So guys, I really hope that today's message has resonated with you. It's a topic that I get totally juiced about. I love talking into masculine and feminine energies, not only in our intimate relationships, but ultimately for higher levels of authenticity and personal growth. So like I said earlier, if you guys didn't catch my Facebook Live the other day talking into masculine and feminine energies in a little bit more depth, then I invite you to go back to that one and then harness what I'm talking about today in terms of the 3 masculine rules, the 3 feminine rules. That will, it all sort of integrates, and I hope that this sparks some perspective, a new perspective for you in terms of creating fulfillment in your relationships and in your life. So really value having you guys here. I'm grateful that, whatever time I happen to jump on, I can catch some of you around the world. So I really value that and appreciate that. And thank you for joining, Mary Tesh, and for all those little love hearts. I love it. And Jay, thank you so much. Yes, I totally agree that relationships are so important in life. So yeah, definitely this is just little simple ways of bringing framework and language to what's going on, and give us, it empowers us to make the changes, make the shifts, and have some answers, to move forward with. Thank you so much, Belinda. Appreciate you so much. And Raul, thank you for joining. So guys, do you have any last little questions or comment? Thank you, Moises. Little questions or comments before I head off today. I'm off on a road trip today, so taking the day off, and but I had to get on here before I take off and catch up and connect with you guys. And so drop any last questions, comments, but ultimately that was my message. Just bringing you the 3 masculine rules, the 3 feminine rules. And if it's something that, if you're in relationship and you're finding that you have best intentions, but things just aren't going that great, I'd love to connect with you. I absolutely love helping couples create that third entity, really focusing on the relationship and creating an extraordinary quality of team. And, really stepping it up in the area of relationship without holding back anymore. So definitely let me know if that's of interest to you. I'd love to jump on a call with you guys. So yeah, book in a session. I'll put the link in the video somewhere. I don't know, when I get off here, and I hope that that resonates. And guys, I'm off. I hope you guys, wherever you are in the world today, are having an incredible day, or you're about to have an incredible sleep, whichever. And I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude and positivity and energy and courage. And I can't wait to see all of you guys, or whoever can join me tomorrow.